Good afternoon. My name is Mark Amoruso. I'm a Tribeca resident. I am representing myself for the record, but I'm also a member of Community Board 1 and also a member of the Landmarks Committee that was referred to earlier. I didn't attend that Landmarks Committee meeting because I didn't think it would be an issue. I was shocked that our committee actually voted not to landmark this building. Commissioners, have gotten our resolutions before. They read like little novels almost of history. They're 2, 3, 4 pages. And we'll spend nauseam amount of time on arguing about what the color of a trim should be, whether it's historically correct or not. But this resolution starts off like all our others. You know the history. Many people have testified to it. Italian Renaissance, it goes on and praises it. Then it says, we don't think the building should be landmarked. And the reason is not really given. But incredibly, and I've never seen this before, I've been 15 years on the board, it requests that the historic facade be carefully deconstructed, stored, and incorporated into any future design for the site. Now this, to me, is hypocrisy and political correctness ideology to the maximum. I mean, it is just ridiculous. On one hand, the people of the committee are recognizing the fact that there's historical significance because they want to save the facade, but on the other hand, they're saying, tear down the building. So what is it? It's political correctness. Also, it's been mentioned before, and I respectfully request that you keep the record open to July 28th, because you cannot give this resolution any weight. It has not been passed by the full board yet. And there'll be debate, public comment on July 27th. So, and I think as per the city charter, that is required. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Thank you.
In addition, everything has been mentioned about the historical significance. And what would happen is that if you don't give this building landmark status, every other owner of historic buildings will come in and cite this building and say, you didn't give Park Place, 45 Park Place landmark status. Why are you forcing me to have landmark status? I want to tear down the building and build another 15-story tower. And they will say you're arbitrary and capricious, and you would probably be sued because of that. And you've done it in the past. You guys know the history. You guys, it's a wonderful commission. We're losing our history, and it's up to you guys to preserve it. That's the most important thing. Do not allow political correctness and a lame duck mayor and other knucklehead politicians who are only looking to get reelected influence you guys. You've done a great job in the past, and please continue to do that and understand the historic significance of this building. Even though it's not the most beautiful building, but it does have historical significance in its architecture and its history. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you very much. Is Rafiq Tefwari here? Then we're going to go on. Pat Meehan?
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Hi,
Pat.
my name is Pat Meehan, and I am here because I support landmark designation of the building. But more importantly, I'm here because I think it's an affront to all of the families that have lost loved ones at 9/11. Mrs. Regenhard was here. There's other people that were here and are still here. And sometimes I wake up and I wonder, what country am I living in? Is this really America? Is this what's going on where we have to come here? These people were killed, innocent people were killed, and we're here debating on whether right in the near vicinity, whether we should put a mosque up or not. I mean, there's a mosque there now. Why does it have to be torn down and built? They can't even get the World Trade Center built, and they're putting this place up first. And I think, personally, I think Bloomberg, Mayor Bloomberg, is not living in the real world, because there are many, many issues that are not discussed regarding Imam Faisal and his different opinions that he says, like saying that we deserve it maybe in some way. I mean, when you signed in the front desk, if you wanted to speak, you know, someone would tell you, well, we're really not here to discuss anything other than landmark decisions, but that's why most people are here. I mean, let's face it. And in another thing, I would like to say thank you to Hunter and thank you to the media, but how much of the media coverage will you see about this tonight? But what about this guy here? You think you'll see him on? He'll be on. And you notice how people come and kneel down. They kneel down at you if you have an opposing opinion. So anyway, I feel from my heart, I hope you do the right thing, but could you just imagine being one of these people, not just the firemen, there were other people that were innocently just murdered and killed, and we will not forget. I live in Pearl River. I am a born and bred New Yorker. We lost many firemen, many people from Cantor, and it's just disgraceful, I think, what's going on. So I hope you make the right decision.
Thank you very much for being here. Okay, more names. John Dash. John Dash here, Sierra Rose Mazzola. Is she here? Sierra Rose Mazzola? And then Tamana Hye, H-Y-E. Please.
Thank you. I'm Sierra Rose. I'm 19 years old. I'm a New Yorker. I've lived all over the U.S. throughout my life. I'm very tolerant of all types of people, all races, all religions. I'm tolerant of them building mosques, even though the religion that forced them to do what they did on 9/11. Sorry, I'm a little nervous to say this.
There you go. Just to put it down just a little bit.
Thank you.
That's it. That's good.
I don't want anybody to think I'm intolerant, because I believe in what this country stands for. I believe in freedom. But I was there on June 6th at that protest. I saw how close this site is. This is not right. This is not right. Please, don't do this. Don't do this. Those people were murdered. They were not just killed. There were 3,000 of them. They were murdered because the people who believed those things, they believed in the power of Islam. Allah Akbar. Allah is great. That's right. Don't do this. Please don't do this. Please, please, please don't do this. I'm so nervous. I have so much to say, but I'm so scared to say it. I don't want to be deemed intolerant of anybody. I'm not intolerant of anybody, but this is not right. Do the victims of the families of 9/11 need to go down to 9/11 and hear chants 5 times a day? Do they really need that? No. Do my sisters need to go down there to see that? I have 2 little sisters. To see that mosque standing there, they know, anybody who's an American knows what caused these people to do this, and it's what they believe. It is what they believe in their hearts and in their minds. I'm not saying everything in the Quran is bad. There's a lot of beautiful things in there. But there's a lot of things, I forgot what it, no.
Okay.
Sorry, like I said, I'm so nervous.
Just conclude your remarks. That would be nice. Thank you. Please.
It's no mystery. They did this because of what they believed, folks. They did this because of what they believe. Okay, putting this mosque here is just disrespectful. Please don't do it. Please.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Tamana Hye. Is Tamana Hye here? Then we have Judy Milo. Please.
Mr. Chairman, I think you called my name out earlier. My name is Rafiq Katwari.
Okay.
I'm a long-time resident of New York City, 40 years here. And I'm just going to pick up on things that have been said in this hall. Somebody mentioned that the moderate Muslims should step up and speak up. I am a moderate as well as a radical Muslim. I'm radical because I studied at Columbia University. I was taught by some of the finest professors over there. And I am moderate because I like to drink beer. Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to stand up here and speak up. I stand to oppose landmark status for this building. Is this, Mr. Chairman, I would like some respect when I'm speaking. Please give me the floor.
Yes.
Someone said, this is America.
No, you have the floor. Let him have the floor. Please
Let me
proceed.
have the floor.
Please proceed.
Is this really about landmarking? Mr. Chairman, I'm not running for office, and I don't have an axe to grind. Is this really about landmarking, or is this about taking the easy way out and giving the building a landmark status because this has become in the media, and this has been made by a very vocal minority into a issue of bigotry, I think. Now, somebody's calling me a bigot back there, and I guess that proves my point. Now, which is that I'm standing in a hall that I'm ashamed to be an American today.
Please.
Which really proves, Mr. Chairman, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself because of the people who are here. Because, can I please?
Yes.
Can I please?
He needs the right to continue his remarks.
Can I please, even if I have 2 minutes, give me a chance to speak up.
Please, continue.
No, it isn't up. No. This is America. My time is not up.
Please, ma'am, you have to let him continue his remarks. There's one person's already been let out. I don't want to do it to another.
Mr. Chairman,
go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, I was told that if I'm not a citizen, I should go home, which again proves my point.
Please, ma'am.
In any case, I want to prove to this hall that I indeed am a citizen, and if anyone has a doubt, this is my American passport. You can take a look at it, ma'am. My middle name is Mohammed. Okay, now.
So wind up if you can.
I will wind up,
so
Mr. Chairman. I stand also in memory of the 100 or so busboys and waiters who were murdered on 9/11, which was a crime against humanity. I was born in Kashmir. I'm an American citizen. My heart is in Kashmir. My head is in America. But I have a moral life. Every one of us has a moral life, a moral conscience.
Please.
Mr. Chairman,
let him
I don't have to
continue
say anything.
And conclude.
I don't have to say anything, Mr. Chairman. The point has been made on my behalf by the bigots who are here. Thank you very much.
Okay. Judy Milo. Is Judy Milo here? Okay, Judy. Judy, come. Please. Judy Milo will now speak. It would be nice if people could pay attention to the speaker, and then the woman right behind Judy will speak after she has. Please proceed so we can continue and move through the hearing. It's very important to hear these views. Please.
Okay, I'm going to address Mr. Tierney
Yes.
and the board.
Okay.
I'm for landmark status of the building.
Okay.
For a couple of reasons. First reason is I'm from Queens, and I've seen what's been done to a lot of 1- and 2-family houses in Queens. Before the zoning was changed, developers took over and they tore down a lot of little houses and put up ugly monstrosities, which a lot of people agree with. They take a small space and they go all the way up. We're overcrowded in our schools. We're overcrowded in the hospitals. We've got too many. This is happening too much. I know they finally did change the zoning, but to me, tearing down this building and building something else, not giving it landmark status, is doing the same thing. And I'm tired of seeing it in my neighborhood, and everybody I know is tired of seeing it, and I want to try to do something to stop it from happening again.
Thank you.
I also want to make another point about Daniel Badger and the gentleman that designed this building. And he was a pioneer in ironworking. And I would like to cite several of his buildings that already have landmark status. Just briefly, 287 Broadway, 105-107 Chambers Street, 488, 492 Broadway, 67 11th Street, 361 Broadway, 3442 West 14th Street. All these buildings have landmark status, and that's because of the ironwork that he did, and it is an example of it on this building also. So that is what I wanted to say. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please, ma'am.
Good afternoon. My name is Tamana Hai. I'm not a politician, and nor do I represent any Islamic organization, nor do I belong to any Islamic fundamentalist group. I only represent myself and my faith. I'm a Muslim, and I believe the Cordoba House should be approved because it is an important symbol of tolerance for New York City.
Please let her finish her remarks. It's not fair for people
I'm a
to be
native New Yorker.
yelling in the audience.
I was born
Please
and raised
continue.
here. I'm a U.S. citizen, and I believe in dialogue. I believe in interfaith communication. And if this building is not approved as part of the Cordoba initiative, then we New Yorkers have shown that we care more about politics than dialogue and understanding. I apologize. I'm very nervous. I've never spoken before. And I just wanted to say that if this building were converted into a Hindu temple or a church, I think very few people would claim that it's a historical building or sacred site.
Continue. Let her speak. Somebody just said something very helpful. Let her speak, please.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, but just take a deep breath.
I am an American, and I am proud to live here, and I want to raise my children here. My family is originally from India, and I plan never to go back there. This is my home. And I think we as Americans and New Yorkers can take steps to heal from the attacks of September 11th. I haven't forgotten, and I've heard everybody else. No one has forgotten. It's only been 9 years ago. But our resilience and our healing is what makes this country great. There's no other country like America. And that's why granting the approval of the Cordoba Initiative should happen, because tolerance is much more powerful than hatred. And I believe that this should not just be a mosque, but it should be an interfaith center with a focus on Islamic understanding. That's what it should be. I don't agree with the fact that it should be a mosque. It should not just be a mosque. It should be a center of interfaith dialogue with Islamic understanding.
Thank you.
And if
Thank you very much.
Sorry, just one more point.
Sure.
If Imam Faisal needs to be investigated, I support that too. I support all the members who are part of this, of the Islamic faith, to be investigated. If people want to investigate me, that's fine too. I'm innocent. I think that this is very important that people be investigated. And I am a Muslim, and I give you all the respect in the world, members who are here, members of the board. And I think that this, sorry.
If you could conclude,
sorry,
that
and I just wanted to say that I have not forgotten 9/11, but I know that we can learn from each other. And I think there's a lot of hatred in this room, and it's very disappointing. So please, members of the board, please approve the Cordoba Initiative.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ann Rotella. Is Ann Rotella here? Susan Foreman will be next, please. Go ahead. You first, and then to my right.
Yes,
Please.
hi, I'm Ann Rotella. I have no political aspirations. I'm just here as a New Yorker. And I think your job actually should be so easy just based on your job to handle landmark issues, not even all this political stuff. I think our town has lost so many buildings due to overdevelopment. That issue alone should move this up the table. I don't know why it's taken so many years, and it has become a political hot potato because an engine fell on it. Has everyone lost sight of that? So if we are trying to look at this building as something special, we should. Have we forgotten what happened? I mean, I think it's kind of outrageous that you can't separate it and that some of you aren't even looking at me when I'm talking. It's outrageous. This is such a real serious issue for our city. Let's not forget it. It's very serious. And We don't want to appear intolerant. Well, then let the tolerant mainstream Muslims understand us and speak up and say, maybe this is too soon. Let's try and work together. Maybe it's too soon to do this here on this site, and then maybe we can heal. But we're not going to heal unless there's so much silence on the part of the mainstream Muslim community. Let's work together. Let's not forget.
Thank you very much.
You.
Over to my right now, please.
Hi, my name is Marion Dreyfus. I am an immigrant who has become a citizen. I was in North Africa for a month, and every day that I was there in three countries, I heard songs dedicated to Cordoba. Now, this was 700 years ago, and the people in Tunisia and Algeria and other countries in North Africa still mourn the loss of Spain and Cordoba, which represents the conquering of Christian faith at that time. And we are to be understanding that something called the Cordoba Institute or Initiative represents healing and interfaith dialogue. It does not. It represents the retaking over of something that was lost to them 700 years ago. And if we are still mourning the loss of 3,000 plus people and the children they might have had and will never have, if we are losing them and we are still mourning them from 10 years ago, and we see people who are trying to initiate this Cordoba building, edifice, monstrosity, which loses the sanctity of the dead people that we lost 10 years ago, how can we say that we should forgive and forget when 600-700 years ago they have not forgotten the loss of what they took over in violence and murder and mayhem? And I just think the parallels are very ironic. And they say that extinction, animal husbanders say extinction is forever. When you lose an animal genre, it is gone forever. Now we are saying that the people who are dead should not be remembered. We are saying that this building that is not lovely, it is maybe not lovely, but it is an important element of New York's history. This building ought to be landmarked, not because it's lovely, but because it has many of the earmarks that make other buildings appropriate for landmarking status. And we do not love our children or other people because they're lovely, but because they're innately worthwhile. And this building, too, is innately worthwhile in addition to its sanctity and its status as a representative of something that stood on that day, 9/11, when many people died because of the actions of a few. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please.
Good afternoon. I'm a native-born New Yorker. I've lived here all my life, naturally.
Just state your name if you would.
My name is
for the
Susan
record.
Foreman.
Okay, thank you, Susan.
I live in this neighborhood. I've seen building after building be torn down with architectural meaning and significance and beauty. I'm asking you to stop tearing down buildings of 100, 150 years old, especially this one. I've seen churches go down. I remember Penn Station going down, a magnificent, magnificent building. You could cry looking at it. Took 4 years to tear it down. That's how beautiful well built it was. Take this opportunity, do what your job is to save more buildings, especially with this historical significance and sensitivity that has grown around it. I'm too emotional about it. Just please do your job. I beg you, save this building. It is a landmark.
Thank you very much. Lisa,
I've been
please.
here what you are discussing, but I am getting up as a family member to plead with you to have respect for who we've lost. I lost my son that day, and this is so disrespectful to all of their memories. To have a mosque so close to what we consider holy ground is disgraceful. And I'm embarrassed as a New Yorker that you are even considering this after what our state and our city has gone through. after what's happened, not just to us who are family members, the country as a nation, we suffered tremendously. I've spoken to people all over the country, and they tell me what they were doing that day. Everyone remembers that, just as we remember where we were when Kennedy was killed. How in heaven's name can you permit this to happen when this is so painful to all of us? They can have a mosque anywhere in the city, but I beg you not to let them construct it so close to where our loved ones are. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Chair Tierney and members of the August Commission of the Landmarks Preservation Commission. My name is Joseph G. Garber. I am a director of the Civil Service Merit Council, a good government group that represented, unfortunately, many of the first responders who are no longer with us. I'm also a member of the 90th Precinct Community Council, PSA 3 Resident Police Council, and Community Board 1 in Williamsburg Public Safety Committee. And most recently, I was the highest-ranking executive board member of the Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association. I'm 100% for landmarking this building. I'm also 100% against building a mosque on this area or anywhere close. No matter how pro-America the current imams are, we cannot project what's going to happen in the future. You have imams that change, just as in the book of Esther, when a new king arose and did not know the Jewish people, and also in Egypt, and there arose a new king Pharaoh. Okay, so number one, we do not know what's going to happen. And the new imam may not be able to keep out Muslims who are pro-American jihad. So therefore I say no, no, no. I respectfully disagree with my friends Commissioner Kelly and Mayor Bloomberg that a mosque on the Lower East Side is not good. It's a clear and present danger. I'd like to memorialize some of my friends who died in 9/11. Deputy Chief Infante of the Port Authority Police, Inspector O'Mara, Port Authority Police, Captain Manzi, Port Authority Police, Inspector Richard Winter, NYPD, First Deputy Fire Commissioner Jimmy Feehan, Father Judge, NYFD, Chief Gangi, and Captain Terry Hatton, who was Rudy Giuliani's secretary's husband, and the 23 NYPD and 67 Port Authority employees. May they all rest in eternal peace. And peace, please. Landmark 45 Park Place. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Someone else? Let me call those names again, or more names. Lisa Frenchick, Robert Conlon Moore, Peter Davies, MDS, MDS, please come to the mic. Yeah. What's your name, or state your name for the record?
My name is Peter Davies.
Okay.
I just want to focus more on the early historical aspects of 47 Park Place. Up until, you may know this, but it hasn't been brought up. Up until about 1850, this property was part of Columbia College. That stretch of Park Place was not cut through until about 1850. And apparently when this property was transferred over to new ownership, this was one of the first buildings that was built on the new Park Place. There are photographs showing the cutting through of Park Place from those early years. I'm not here to say one way or the other if you should landmark this property or not. I'm just bringing some historical perspective. Most likely the foundations, because of the way buildings were built back then, of the original Columbia College buildings probably still exist. If you look at the maps of that time, the way that Park Place was cut through, you can actually see that this building probably rose from across where the original Columbia College buildings were. It should also be pointed out that I think you all are being given accorded a little too much power beyond what you have today in terms of this site. If this building were landmarked, there are zoning issues that would allow the lot next door at 4951 to be built upon without anything that landmarks can do, so the owner is free to build upon that portion of the lot as they see fit. And the FAR for the 4547 does allow building up a vertical enlargement on the existing property if it were to be landmarked. So the owner would have the ability to use the existing building and build up as he sees fit in accordance with zoning. So just wanted to bring those things up. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. MDS Dreyfus, I have on this sign-in sheet. And Gary Thenard, not sure, P-H-A-N-R-A-R-D. Wilton Avellano, please. And then while you're coming up, if Anthony Williamson or Jacqueline Kroshek are here, they should go to the other mic. Thank you. Okay, please.
No, it's okay. Thanks. My name is Wilton Arellano. I'm currently a student, and I'm an American citizen, but I was born in the Middle East. I was born in the country of Oman. I came here when I was very young, so I have pieces of other cultures inside of me that I'm bringing here to America. I'm Filipino myself. I'm not of Middle Eastern descent, but as a visitor that has been adopted by this country, I'm very proud to say that I love America. And what I stand for today, I'm just navigating myself into this issue recently, but what I stand for today is transparency between both sides. That I would like to hear from the people that are putting up this site, this mosque, what their true intents are, and just hearing before them editing the site just to make it more publicly appealing. That's not what I want. I also support the interfaith idea and about Islamic awareness. That seems more appropriate, but I feel like any Muslim that would want to speak in this room would be scared, and that's really unfortunate. I hoped walking into this room, this is the first time for me in a setting like this, that there would be people here ready to listen, ready to hear all sides, ready to know where the other person come from, and I know that you are, but I guess our passions get the best of us. But I'm just speaking as someone that has been adopted by this country, that let's please hear the other side before just cutting it off, and I'm just hoping for their willingness to do the same.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thomas Ognabeni is here representing Carl Palladino. But please, you proceed while Mr. Ognabeni comes forward. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, members of the Landmark Committee. My name is Anthony Williamson, and I represent the Construction and General Building Laborers, Local 79, Mason Tenders of New York City. We had a lot of members who participated in the 9/11 tragedy, but I want to focus primarily on the fact that Community Board 1, and I would like also this committee, and concern people to take note that in responsible development, or in any development, it's important that we have responsible contractors and parties involved in the redevelopment. And for some reason or unknown reasons, we haven't heard who exactly is going to be developing this project. Are we going to have engineers coming from outside of this country? Or are we going to be using the skills and talent that we've got right here in the United States to develop 45 Park Place? These are the questions I would like to ask the developer, because I made phone calls and reached out to the developer, but no one, maybe because of time limits or there are other factors, did not return any call to me or anyone who are involved in the construction industry. I would like to ask these questions. Did anyone from that organization reach out to the building and construction trades and seek advice on how you're going to go about the redevelopment of that project? If we as Americans, we would like to see that structure develop in a responsible manner with labor standards We're talking about union jobs and nothing below the standards of the workers who are right now participating in the redevelopment of Ground Zero. You must bear that clearly in mind. Whatever is the final outcome of this project, I stand here and we will fight to ensure that the redevelopment have labor standards and every person that on that job be treated with dignity and respect. That's why I'm standing here as an American, because of the freedom I enjoy. That's why I'm standing here, and because of the bravery of which we stand for. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thomas Ognabeni.